Hello, I believe I'm live. Hang on, let me check the mic. Check that mic. Mic is apparently on, which means I'm theoretically audible. And based on that strong possibility, or at least decent possibility, I'm going to say hello. I'm going to say welcome to the Monday night SciFiAIguy stream, in which I once again kick into some SF jams to find some of that sweet AI toast, shall we say. Jam and toast. Who doesn't like jam and toast? Oh, it's been a pretty good day, actually. I've enjoyed today. It's been solid. Let me think. Back to uni. Today was a uni day, as opposed to a home day, because I had a meeting with my secondary supervisor. Place of old, hello, and thank you for confirming that I'm live. Wonderful. Yes, my day. Yeah, went into uni, did the usual thing. Had a meeting which went super well. Got some amazing feedback on the journal article that I'm working on, the one that I'm looking to shoot for publication. Yeah, she said it's super good. She, of course, gave me feedback because it is a first draft and it requires some work, but she is so pleased with it that, yeah, she foresees great things happening to it. Now, hopefully that's how that pans out. I'm trying not to get too hype, but it's good to know that I'm at least on the right track. It's good to know that the things I'm writing, the arguments fit together well, what I'm saying is cogent. I strive for cogency, so that's fucking sweet. Alt place of old, inputting school data, so you're going to be quiet? No, that's all right. It's okay. I've heard word from Crafty, who is away right now. Crafty is currently eating soup, which does have food in it, so it's not just a beverage. That was made clear to me, and hopefully Crafty will be popping in at some point into chat, or at least watching. You know, one or t'other. Place of old essentially did my whole presentation, and it's going to blow us out of the water. Presentation on, hang on, I'm not putting two and two together here. Is this a presentation on school data? Is this the
Neo San Francisco?
Are these the deets?
2064
I hate this intro.
AD.
It's loud, and it's a good intro in that it really sets things up. But my God, is that narrator loud? The intro also indicates that hopefully we'll be entering some form of virtual world at some point, which would be pretty sweet. Oh, place, if you are busy, by the way, I'm sorry if I'm being nosy. You are more than welcome to keep being busy and keep doing your thing and treat me as a passive entertainment entity in your home. I'm absolutely fine with that. Our inquiry unit. So there's some form of inquiry going on. Look, we can talk about it next. Is it Wednesday this week? No, it's not Wednesday this week. Anyway, I will grill you for information shortly. You made a video for classes. Looks amazing. Did the whole PowerPoint. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Oh, so your presentation is so awesome it's going to blow them out of the water. 90% of your workload.
Neo San Francisco. 2060.
Wow. That is a lot. Oh, and I know that's a lot. 90% of the workload is a lot because your workload is massive because you work so much. So the 90% of that is more than I do in a month. I would assume. This is my guess. I'm going to start playing. I'm going to kick in. It's 5 past. I'm going to sip some partially frozen fruiter. Are we good? Am I back? Am I back now? Both microphone audio and gameplay being broadcast. The machine assures me it's working again. Is it working now? Because had that thing again where the controller decided it didn't exist, decided not to be connected to the machine. And also Crafty and Devious is here. Hello. Hello, I'm so glad you are here. I'm glad you made it. I'm glad the hotel Wi-Fi is good. Am I back? The lag is incredible in chat tonight. Or maybe I'm just noticing it more because I'm being more chat active. I'm back? I'm back. Okay, good. Good. All right. Okay, so I need to rethink my setup for a moment. If you guys could bear with me, I'm actually going to turn off my microphone and leave you guys to natter away while I find a better way to get myself set up because I'm using a different chair. So I'll be back in just a moment. All right, I am back, I think. I think I'm back. I'm back, I think I'm back. If you guys could let me know, that would be sweet. I'm glad the flight was good, Crafty. I'm very glad. And in terms of the room setup, I've just grabbed my usual chair and now I've got my Surface up on yet another chair. I realized that we normally do the armchair move right as you were leaving. Or right, like you had stepped outside and were heading to the car, and I was like, nah, screw it. I'll just make do with this, and that's fine. It still works. It's still good. It's just I dislodged the controller cable once again because once again our Bluetooth is fucked. And we have a good round boy. Hello, greetings. Okay, cool. Let's do it. Where am I? Alright, saves. Hit me up. So... Okay, no, that's right. I'm overriding saves because I'm out of slots. Cassette, K, Cobb, or Z. Okay. So there were two options. Being crafty, let me know that both options are legitimate. This isn't like a moral choice or something. It will determine the order in which things happen in the game, but I will get to take both choices, I think. I think that's what Crafty told me. So, Chapter 3, yeah, this is clearly the one. Load. Let's do it. Let's play the game. Alright. Man, I love how quick this loads, because why wouldn't it? It's like 7 pixels deep. Lappy is still dead? Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. Look at plant. Wilty seems to be hanging in there. Alright, well, give it a bit of talking. Looks like you're going to be just fine after all. No, let's talk to it again. Botanist!
You really pulled it off. I'm impressed.
I'm going to keep doing it. Looks like it. Okay, fine. Fine. I need more volume my end, actually. Yeah, let me hear those smooth beats. Alright, so stack of papers. Was this? Yeah, no, that's not true at all. Okay, so I think this room is tapped out. I would be shocked if it wasn't. Can I take the book? Can I jam the window shut? Classics can get a bit boring pretty fast after multiple reads. Besides, it's more useful holding up the window. I guess I need to hold open the window for the plant, probably, maybe. Okay. Map. Where are we headed? So, okay. There are the 2 points. So one of them is... Okay, COS IO Corp. I don't remember why we needed to go to SciFiAIguy Corp. And then there's Flower Mansion. Okay. Fuck. I'm gonna kick into these places without knowing shit. I don't have a coin. Oh, yes I do. Here we go, 5 cents. All right. This will fix everything. Heads we do costs, tails we do flour. Heads we do costs. All right, we're going. Going and we're doing it.
Here we are.
Here we are. Just a quick sip of that sweet beverage. So, yeah, it's because I'm out of leads, right? And these were my potential new leads. That was the point of all this.
The SciFiAIguy Corporation office building.
K-Cob.
It looks
Cobb.
like most of the businesses on this block are a part of the same corporate coalition under SciFiAIguy.
Is that important?
Well, perhaps. At the very least, it means it's unlikely they're the ones interfering with Augmented Eye's articles.
Yeah, there was a company. Fuck. Oh, my brain. Yeah, I'm not in a good brain place today. Just exhausted. Oh, wow. And it's just kicking in now, as is this headache. Okay, we will do as much as we can tonight. Anyway, articles. So, yeah. Someone is interfering with articles at Augmented Eye. That rings a bell.
Not impossible, but unlikely.
Sure. How so?
Generally, the companies in a coalition don't have a whole lot of overlap. Augmented Eye is a news app focused on local tech and culture stories, with an emphasis on hybrids' rights and cybernetics issues.
Yep, okay. So Augmented Eye is on the good side, is on the Jess side of the equation in terms of characters.
None of the other companies in the coalition cover news, so they aren't related at all, which is very much standard practice for these groups. They have nothing to gain by inviting companies with whom they compete, and thus none of them would benefit by trying to undermine Augmented Eye's credibility as a news source.
Okay, can you tell me more about these coalitions?
In the early 2020s, the California government was pretty much going bankrupt. A poor national economy and repeated voter initiatives meant the state didn't have the tax revenue to continue running municipal services. They kept pushing the tax burden down the totem pole until poorer cities were just flat broke. No police, no road work, complete public service collapse. Then, one of the smaller cities sold all of their public infrastructure, police and fire included, to a private corporation. This was eventually challenged in court, but several Silicon Valley corporations started a grassroots initiative to have citizens pass an amendment to the state constitution allowing it. They succeeded, and most of the major cities in the state sold off their public services to private corporations.
That sounds real scary.
Some places, like Los Angeles, just sold to the highest bidder. Which is probably why LA is essentially in a constant gang turf war, with one side wearing the uniforms of the studio-owned police forces.
I'm listening. Yeah, please exposit.
The cities in the Bay Area were a little more selective, and most of the municipal services are owned by multi-corporation coalitions. They split the bill of running the city between them and keep each other from being too corrupt in their usage of the police force and such, from fear of a PR disaster and being kicked out of the coalition. It means there isn't as much money going around, which is why the NSFPD's equipment is out of date and the meshnet is so successful over normal cable networks. After all, without the promise of a city infrastructure bought and paid for, the corporations all treat running the city like a charity and PR stunt. But at least the police aren't irredeemably corrupt. The fire trucks still show up on time, and the water runs to all parts of the city. That can't be said for some areas of the state.
Wow. Yeah, dystopian as shit. Jeez. Interesting. I didn't realize things were that bad elsewhere. Why hasn't the federal government stepped in? So, what this says to me is that the writers of this game had the world well planned out. I don't think... This stuff can't be essential to me solving the mystery, or having the solving of the mystery by the game in front of me be understood, because it's all optional. Like, I keep getting all these things of, okay, shut up, okay, never mind, okay, I've heard enough. And I'm not doing that, I'm taking more information. This is all optional. This is the fucking text entries on the various monsters in your game. Like, that's the sort of level we're at here. And the difference is, instead of, you know, telling me how often womp rats breed, it's telling me their extremely cool corporate public infrastructure system, which is interesting, and I'll listen to it. But it's hard not to zone out a bit when it's... Like, I care, but I care more about the plot, right? Like, this is a plot. I want to be taken along on plot things. I'm not so invested in this world that I need to know the minutiae. But that's what I'm clicking, so...
I haven't spent enough time learning about the subject, or politics in general, to give you an educated answer.
Okay. Exposition over.
If I go by the posts people make on the meshnet, I'd say a combination of having bigger fish to fry and caving to corporate pressure. People seem certain that the larger multinational companies would love to be able to buy their own towns on a national scale, and are pumping money into Congress to try and make that happen. They hold up Neo-SF as an example of their success, while trying to bury the problems in LA as an anomaly. Combine that with unrest abroad, and I guess they don't have a whole lot of motivation to try and stop it. Historical precedent seems to lend credence to this interpretation, if you're willing to believe my hasty readings on the subject.
Sure.
You're welcome. I am happy to assist.
Not a problem. Good listener. Okay. So what do we got? We've got a planter. A planter. Not even a plant. It's a planter. A plant. Presumably the product of the planter. We have the door, the K-Cob welcome sign, the window. Can I select the other window? No. No. Door, window. The car, as always, the plant, and the planter. Okay. And a car. Ah, go up. Oh. Tree. Huh. Okay. I gotta say, when I see something and I'm like, oh, that's selectable, like a tree up above on like first floor level, my adventure game instinct is, oh, that's going to be part of a cool puzzle. It's actually just going to be exposition, almost certainly. Almost certainly. But, you know, let's find out.
Hurled riparia, one of the more popular display ferns in recent times. Expensive, given the cost of caring for it. The species is native to threatened tropical forests, but it became a popular import after being endorsed by a former child star turned conservationist.
That is a lot of end dashes. Good round boy. Wow, this game just wants you to be rude to people, huh? Place of old only if you choose to be. Yeah, it's got that dialogue in-game problem of be nice or be a jerk, and the jerk options, you're just a petulant prickhole. I don't get why any of these are in games. They're so bad. Turing doesn't seem to have any data on the species. It must have been crossbred for the most genetic beauty. I gotta say, Mass Effect is probably one of the few games where the renegade options made more sense. Well, not always. I mean, often it was just being petulant, but there were plenty of renegade options where it was more about making a choice that was riskier or more brash, you know, but you're still getting the job done. Like, you're still a hero at the end of Mass Effect, even if you're a hero that's been, you know, an anti-hero a good chunk of the time. Like, Mass Effect 2, I ended up doing a lot of renegade options because the plot put me in a position where it made more sense for my character to be pissed off at people. And it worked. It actually flowed as a writing choice. I made those choices and it felt like a consistent, well-written character choice that still reflected the hero character that I had invested time in. Whereas in this situation, I could suddenly, out of the blue, tell Turing to fuck off. And I don't buy that it's... Yeah, I don't mind that games provide those choices. And to be fair, because they're so heavy-handed, I know which options are the prick options. And there was an option, you know, several games ago where, well, several sessions of this game where I pissed off a hybrid. And, whew, yeah, I was just going through the dialogue options. Like, it hadn't occurred to me that there was an evil option, air quotes. So, you know, they're not all heavy-handed, but... thanks to a new environmental ordinance, tampering with bioplanter gets a stronger community service sentence than most misdemeanors. That's interesting. What about milk? This planter is sealed. Try the other plant. Okay. Really? Oh, I can't. This fern almost overflows from its wall-mounted holder, making it look like a featureless plastic head with green anime hair. I want it to overflow with spoiled milk, but the one place I've been able to put it seems the one place that I shouldn't have put it because it would have sabotaged the mission I was about to perform. Game sending me mixed signals about my spoiled milk. What about this brochure? Brochure for the Human Revolution. It looked like the plant just huffed in righteous indignation, but whose side is it on? Well, the side of the writers, clearly. KCORB welcome sign. The COS.io Corporation office building employs a pretty fancy interactive screen out front. If they can keep it outdoors, the electrical work in it must be on another level. Which is, it's just, like, properly sealed? And water can't get in? Like, is that... I mean, that doesn't... I mean, that seems... Like, it seems expensive, but it doesn't seem Neo-SF future expensive or difficult. The screen lists out all the different businesses and groups that operate under the coalition here. It also welcomes everyone to the centre. How thoughtful. I feel welcomed. This is going to be the same thing. Yep. Touch it. That sign is not yours. It fucking... Did it not say it was interactive? It's fine if I want it to be. My ID card. The sign reads your info and recognises you have a meeting with Zin, then directs you to the 3rd floor. Okay, we're meeting Zin. We're meeting Zin at... Yes, wait. Huh, I must have misheard the options before, because this is KCOB, and I feel like the save was KCOB or Z, which was short for Zin. And yet here I'm at KCOB meeting Zin. So it's an and as opposed to an or. Headphones. The sign already speaks everything it prints. But bawoo indeed. I'm going to talk to it. It's voice controlled. The screen begins to cycle through the business's listings and the available options. Sure. Window. A thick panelled floor-to-ceiling window. Inside there's a bunch of security guards and rows of elevators behind them. Okay. Even though it's the holidays, it still seems pretty busy. Half of the businesses that operate here probably don't take the day off. Touch it. That isn't the door. You smear your greasy palms on the glass. Great job. Well, okay, thank you. Judgment call. Now I know I'm greasy. ID card.
Be careful where you wave that around. You never know who's watching or what's scanning.
The game literally gives me the option to wave it at everything. Like, what do you want? Talk to a window. Nobody inside can hear you, and everybody outside thinks there's something wrong with you. Well, it depends what I'm saying. Could come off as some, you know, gritty monologue. Look at plant. The plant sits safely enclosed in its isolated ecosystem. That's going to be the same thing, I'm sure. The 2061 model is more popular on car experts, though.
It has an extra cup holder.
Oh, I see. Wow, that's interesting. So, like a lot of games of its ilk, where you've got multiple selectable objects with then a variety of verbs to interact with said object with, interact being sort of soft interact, because it's not always changing it, it's often just giving you information, you will be cycling through the same... If it's got multiple responses to interaction, it will cycle through them, and in this game and in other games, none of which I can remember off the top of my head, they will cycle between. So that cycle is constant under the hood, and you reiterate, you get another step along that cycle when you click another one of those objects. It apparently seems to continue this between screens, because I looked at a car I don't know, weeks ago. And now I've gotten what is clearly another step in a round cycle because it said though. So that's weird. Let's look up. Trees. Look at tree. These trees are genuine, real roof trees. These became all the rage back in the 40s. Okay. Many companies sponsor roof trees. They used to sponsor animals, but after the York's raccoon blackout of 2060, they stopped that practice. How did the trees manage to grow so high with so little soil?
According to the MeshNet, the SciFiAIguy Corporation office building proudly hosts over 100 species of birds in their trees. Well, that's nice.
Yeah, sure. Yep, okay, cool. Same thing? Same thing. Alrighty. Let's go inside. Mushin! Oh, Mushin, you are so late. If it helps, we've done fuck all, because I've been knobbing around outside this building the whole time. Just going to have a quick catch up on chat. Spoiled milk. God, I just want to use that spoiled milk. Good round boy with a Monkey Island rhyming insults. I never actually played Monkey Island games growing up, but I've been lucky enough to see a playthrough of one of them. I think it would have been the first one remastered by Day 9, which is to say mostly walking, and it was pretty cool. I think I would have liked it more as a kid. Certainly the rhyming stuff. The K-Cob door is automatic. You don't need to wonder if you push or pull. Wow, it's almost like it's the future. ID card, you don't need to pick open an unlocked automatic door. I could try. You didn't let me try. You prefer to only converse with revolving doors. How glib.
The MeshNet says Augmented Eye's SF office is run by an individual named Zin, and Tomcat confirms she's expecting us.
Okay, so this was the Tomcat lead.
All we have to do now is head up and talk to her.
Alright.
No shenanigans this time.
I don't get to pull out my gun. Alright, so 2 thin posters, a super Familink. So, I mean, that's clearly a game. Yeah, stash of video games, yeah. Monitor, big window, motivational poster, photograph, jade plant, Zin, plant, desk. IK-47. Presumably better than an AK-47. By a factor of, I don't know how many letters, some. Whatever the distance is between A and I. Thin poster, one of those bland office paintings. It just looks like colour splotches on an off-white background.
Not my style, but I like the warm tones.
I forgot that Turing is an artiste. You feel generically inspired. Well, I mean, that's my favourite kind. ID card. The painting edges out your ID photo in artistic quality by just a hair. What are you trying to say? Spoiled milk.
A bit irregular for a tasteful splatter style evocative of Pollock, wouldn't you say?
Does that mean I did it? Does that mean I actually threw spoiled milk at it? Because I want that to be true. There's no sound, but you swear you can hear the dull monotone from an art museum's audio track. Sure. Even stealing a boring office painting counts as art theft, you know. Well, yeah, it's art. Why wouldn't it? The painting doesn't speak to you, so you don't speak either. Ah, I get it. I get it because it's funny. Because it's a funny thing they said. Look at monitor. The monitor has a live updating weather forecast in the bottom corner of the screen. Where? Where though? It will be in the high 60s with a low chance of sprinkling this weekend. A typical Neo SF December. Yep. Same again. Oh, business card. Fairlight doesn't do tech support. Okay. I like that this game restricts what items I can use with what things, so that I'm not clicking through my whole inventory. Because if that was the case, I would no longer be looking for interesting writing tidbits and when exploring the space, when pixel hunting. But because it is restricted, the instinct is to test every single item just in case, I rub 2 things together and it breeds progress. To paraphrase someone else. I stole that. But often it's just another joke. And sure, Zim seems like the kind of person who would punish someone for fiddling with the settings. Okay. You get that from the pose, perhaps? Oh yeah, a Super Familink. This plays all the old hits like Yonkey's Peninsula, Water Rash, and Super Slug 3 Revenge of the Super Slug. Well, 2 was better. Aren't games usually in the waiting room, not someone's office? No, it's Neo SF. I'm sure people are addicted to video games. Let's see what's on it. Oh, Penultimate Journey 5, The Pit of Elastic Terror. It also has Wrench Davis, Adventure in the Outer Limits. Whoa, it's got Ninja Wombat vs. Robo Rasputin Mega Supreme Special Edition. Ooh, it's Yarf. It isn't connected to the monitor. Looks like business hours are for weather and stock reports. Back in the old days, engineers thought it was necessary to have both a power and a reset button. There's even a cart eject button. How archaic! Okay, we got through it all. We did it. Let's fill it with milk.
The smart headphones technology is far too new. The physical audio jack this console requires is only sold separately for 49.9 credits.
Earthcoin. Business
Doesn't
card.
fit. Why would that have fit?
AI bots. Alright. Very well. It's not plugged into the monitor and your imagination is only so powerful. It's very powerful though. That's just an old rumor. You're not actually supposed to blow into the cartridge. Really? Huh. But dust. That's not a thing? I've been lied to. I thought that was a thing. Somebody lied to me. Oh, gonna rub my sore leg, have a quick look at chat. Alright. Gotta push through, gotta do it. It's only been half an hour. I can do this. It can be done. Look at Stash Video Games. Sweet, an unopened duck game.
This game gives me the urge to start quacking uncontrollably. Is something wrong with me?
Not because of that, no. A mint condition Super Indy Karts Junior?
This game looks suitable if you're craving both high-speed racing action and watermelons.
Alright. When's the last time you saw a copy of Crosscode?
This is a video game about being a person in a video game. In a sense.
You should teach Turing how to play some Super Slam Dunk Touchdown.
No thanks, but I'd love to watch.
So I said it out loud then? Who doesn't remember that old classic Hex Heroes?
This game plays like a virtual board game. I can only imagine a VR version.
I would play VR Catan. Oh look, Smooth Operator.
I don't think this game is appropriate for a work environment.
Never heard of this one. Where in the galaxy is Kremlin San Antonio?
This game has way more tentacles than I think I can handle.
Jesus. Sweet, an unopened duck. Okay, we are cycling.
Gives me...
Yep. Alright, use Stash Video
Maybe
Games.
later if you find something educational.
Oh.
Or an adventure game. Your investigative skills could use a tickle.
Okay, so this game and the main character of this game that isn't me, Turing, likes educational games and adventure games, which is why they have taken me on an adventure and tried to educate me every damn step of the way. It all makes sense now. Shoot, voice controls weren't popularized until the next generation of games. Well, look where they've got us. Not terribly far. Window! Look at window. Zin's window. You can see the Bay Bridge from here. Okay. You've got to make the big bucks to get a view like this. The city looks more tidy from this high up. Almost clean. Almost. Spoiled milk. No, ID card. Yep, the info lines up. That reflection is definitely you.
Please don't open that. It's chilly.
Okay. It's also massive. I don't think I got the guns for that. That's a window, not your bathroom mirror. No time for embarrassing pep talks. It'll get jealous. How would my bathroom window know? Look at plant. The professional care these plants receive puts your well-intentioned yet misguided overwatering to shame. This game has a hard like for plants. Their leaves glimmer in the sun. They seem almost too perfect, too pristine. Wait, they're fake! The professional, yep, okay. steal fake plant. The fake plant will never love you more than Zin. That's true, because it will never love at all, right? So Zin could love me 0. You doubt the plant would appreciate a meal like that. It can't appreciate anything. It's fake. It's fake. You reach out and scoot the plant an inch or two to the left. There, perfectly symmetrical now. What harmony? I haven't even talked to Zin yet. Man, I'm the worst. Can I scooch this one? No, moving it even 1 more inch would ruin this beautiful symmetry. Everything must be in order. Okay, alright. Jade plant. Zin must really love her desk plant. It's been meticulously trimmed and treated. Spoiled children get less attention than this plant. It's almost too healthy, like it's being fattened up for a vegan harvest or something. That's sick. Spoiled milk. The urge to poison something so beautiful is strong, yet you somehow manage to resist temptation. Somehow. Fairlight isn't where one goes for botanical advice. Human hands would only sully this little flawless foliage. This plant probably gets sung to in between its hourly spritzes and daily soil massages. Yeah, okay, that's got nothing to do with the plant and everything to do with the person. Photograph. A picture of a toupee is an odd thing to frame. It is. Oh wait, that's an animal of some kind. Okay. It was a joke. At least you think it's an animal?
Initial cross-references with the California Humane Society's legal pet species database are not yielding fast results.
Okay. Could just be a toupee then. Well, that's fine. Oh, it's a guinea pig. Long-haired. Picture of a long-haired guinea pig. Okay. Huh, wouldn't let me cycle again. Oh, because I figured it out now. You pick up the frame to examine it. There's no secret compartment hidden in the back.
You're adventuring in all the wrong places.
The game keeps giving me things to touch. This whole screen is filled with things to touch. It would be easier to talk to if there were less hair and more distinguishable features. Maybe the people who made this game were sick of normal adventure games not letting you interact with stuff or not getting enough dialogue out of stuff, or I don't know, the way this is all skewed is novel, but it's off-putting. You didn't know people still hung up motivational posters unironically. The text changes every few seconds. Your only limits are the ones you give yourself. That's not even close to true. Dear God, no. Life is a ladder. You won't move without reaching higher. Less likely to. Keep realistic expectations. There's nothing wrong with average. Well, there'd want to not be something wrong with average. Look at it. Like, if you imagine a bell curve, you're going to write off that whole plump middle section. Everyone is going to die anyway, so what's the difference between 3 or 4 pancakes at breakfast? I like that one. Okay, that's enough motivation. Alright. What about milk? Yes! The poster changed. The kitchen is the heart of your home. Be sure to keep it clean. No, alright. Nope. It's wrong. You couldn't be bothered to take this. As inspirational as it is, the walls at home are too dangerous to touch. Also, you know, theft. Yeah, that's legit. It seems perfectly happy with the one-sided conversation it's having with the office. Alright. Check out this thing. Zin's IK47 Executive Series ROM, designed for office and high-level account maintenance.
It looks cute, but this little ROM has a ton of secure data processing power. Can water a mean office plant too.
Yep, cool. Alright. ID.
These units are used to dealing with 7-figure contract negotiations, not your overdrafted credit account.
Okay. The IK47 unit scans the business card and pulls up a public profile with details on Fairlight and his public assets. Huh. Alright. Use it. Better leave it. Looks to be in the middle of high-value calculation work. If you say so. I don't live in this world, so...
The IK-47 aren't known for being verbose. Better leave it.
Alright. Desk. A swanky-looking desk that curves out at the edges. I could see that. I could see that myself. Super spoiled milk. The nasty milk has worn down the bottom of the carton so much it's hard to balance it upright in here. I'm trying to balance it on this desk? This is brutal. It's not made of wood, but you can still knock on it. Okay. I feel real bad for Zin. This was not the meeting she was promised, I'm sure. Alright. A sharp-dressed woman stares you down. Don't look away. Too late. Okay, I'm not going to shoot her. I'm going to save, actually. Real quick. Because this game has some real weird hard lines at times. So let's... Okay. Yeah, I'm at KCOB with Zim. I completely chose that wrong. Let's go post-tree. Save over it. I'll just call this in. Seems adequate. Alright. Let us converse with Zin.
Oh, hello. Welcome to Augmented Eye. You must be the journalist my network admin said would be showing up. Have a seat. Would you like a drink?
I'm now addicted to Hassie, so this is actually, this is canonical.
Ah, good choice. My assistant will bring it right away.
Hassie!
Look, I'll start off by saying I'm a little uncomfortable about bringing in another journalist to look into this.
Yes, a journalist. Yes, this.
Whatever you dig up, I'll have to explain to the rest of the press. But it's still better than the other options. Chances are I have another corporation scoping out my territory. If they aren't in the coalition, they'll be expecting a corporate spy, not a news hound. If they are in the coalition, it won't look good for me to send in my own reporters against my allies. Even if I do end up being right. So if I'm damned either way, I'd rather it be by the media.
Okay.
At least then we can fight back on a familiar battlefield.
I've no idea what's going on.
Now, what do you know about our problem here?
Oh, fucking, well, I'm about to know stuff. Someone is tampering with the articles on the mesh. Okay, that's what's happening
the
then.
long and short of it. My network admin is pulling their hair out over it. I'm not going to pretend I understand everything they say, but from what I understand, the changes to our articles aren't being made from inside our network. The versions on our servers are still the originals, but at some point after they hit the mesh, they get changed. I'm hoping that you can do some digging, maybe hit up your contacts and get a lead on who might be doing it.
So, this was something I was asked to do by Tomcat, or something that Tomcat mentioned, and it was decided that this was a lead because it might dovetail in some way? Because this seems real tangential.
Even if I have to get answers from the nightly news, it will be a big help.
What kind of changes are being made? Why are you so sure this isn't an inside job? Do you have any idea where I have to start looking? Start at the top.
Mostly little things. Word choice, tone of the writing, things that make the writer appear more or less extreme on a topic. So far, almost all of the edits seem to be making our articles more positive on new technologies coming out, and more critical of organizations like the Human Revolution.
Huh. I mean, my first guess, because of all the problems with the Human Revolution, that it would have been the other way. That is interesting. So parallax, then?
That's actually what tipped us off. A harsh criticism one of my writers made about the Human Revolution protests was changed to be downright vitriolic, and I had a hell of a time putting out the fires.
Well, unless it's, you know, putting them up as a straw man to be annihilated.
My writers and readers aren't exactly fans of them, but I'd rather not pick fights with the Human Revolution if I don't have to.
I have a brick you could borrow. Why are you so sure this isn't an inside job?
I guess I'm not, but my network admin assures me it's all coming from somewhere else.
Well, it's pretty clear it's your network admin then.
They told me that they tore out all of the routers that broadcast to the mesh and replaced them with fresh ones. All kinds of tricks involving IP addresses and DNS changes that I'm not going to even begin to claim to understand.
Because the writers either don't or can't be bothered, or it would just be too thick and heavy for
I
this
pay
sort
them
of
big
chat.
bucks. So I'm inclined to believe them, unless you dig up something that tells me otherwise.
Alright, where do I start?
Not really. My admin says that only someone with intimate access to Parallax's network protocols could make these kind of changes as something passes across the net.
Well, I mean, Tomcat is the kind of person who is like that. Hayden was. In terms of people I've met, I think those are literally the two.
Personally, I think it's a clever hacker rather than someone inside Parallax itself. The public trust rating of Parallax makes them look like a saint among wolves, so their control over the mesh network provisions is strangling. It's trivially easy to set up ROMs to use a different OS than LIPS or a different meshnet protocol without that trust. Or, you know, Parallax is abusing its power to spread pro-tech propaganda. Doubtful they'd need to.
Yeah, I guess. It is sort of a win more
I'm
stitch.
sure you'll be a good journo and bring me back the right answer.
I would not
know
be sure.
tin hat conspiracies aren't an ideal start, but it's the best we can do with the info we have. Anything else I can tell you, off the record? If you want it on the record, it'll cost you your firstborn and a really good cigar.
Can you think of any reason why you're being targeted? Know if anyone else has articles being manipulated.
Like what? There isn't much more I can tell you about Augmented Eye, really. It's a fairly simple and straightforward operation, if I say so myself. We started off in Venezuela as a sleek current events and news organization in 2055.
So this is heaps that I didn't know.
10 years ago now.
Why did you front load saying that you told me everything?
We focus on more in-depth reporting of on-the-street happenings, on top of major news. We're one of the few good ones left. Once folks in other cities saw the type of reporting we do, they all clamored for it. They invested in the right places, and it paid off. COS-IO Corp is happy to have us here in the OSF. It wasn't until hybrid tech started hitting the public sphere that we had to make any changes to our model. All of that said, I can't see why anyone would target us. Unless they're just trying to embroil us in a mudslinging match with the human revolution, and there are much more direct ways of making that happen.
Okay. Because I did wonder. That was something I was thinking about as to whether, yeah, in terms of motive. Alright. Because they've got, like, what is it, means, motive, opportunity? It's the motive thing that I can't fathom. But I'm unlikely to fathom that until I get more information. So I think means is probably means/opportunity is the next step.
All right, look. I wasn't going to tell you this. If it gets out, I'd have to answer some really hard questions. So, you didn't hear this from me. You might want to go check out TMI Entertainment and Charlie Nova.
Good, a place to go.
That's all I'll say. And remember, you take a bite out of him with my name as your defense, I drop you fast.
What's the reason you're bringing in outside help? Your own journalist should be able to handle digging up some dirt on a hacker. She opened with a lot of this information. Is this one of these situations where they had something written/recorded and then later on they decided to chop it around and it just doesn't flow the same or something?
What? Not wanting to answer prying questions from my coalition board isn't a good enough reason? 'Cause I'd really like to avoid that.
That was a really stupid question for me to ask, and it was the only one I could ask.
You've covered culture wars, right?
Apparently.
My journalists are good, but they're mostly good at gadget reviews, implant releases, not taking too many stims so they remember what they did at raves for the after-party reports. This needs an investigative journalist with serious contacts, not tech personalities. The fact that my network admin recommended you to me means you probably know the right people.
Oh. So Tomcat is the network admin? Damn, okay. Well, now I no longer suspect the network admin because Tomcat is like very clearly a good character, like one of the good peeps. They are cool. Yeah, all right.
Now, does that cover it? I'd like to remove my nose from your ass.
Thanks a lot, Dialogue Tree. Dialogue River. With 0 tributaries. That's it for now. I'll get back to you if I have more questions.
No, don't bother. In hindsight, I probably should have been a bit more circumspect about speaking to you. Plausible deniability and all that. I won't ask you to lie in anything you write, but do remember you got in contact with me not even second-hand, but third-hand. I certainly didn't sick you on anyone. Wink wink, nudge nudge, or whatever. If you need anything
terrible.
else, have your person get with my person. Don't come here directly. Now, I'd show you the door, but you know the way. And this isn't the only fire I'm trying to put out. Good luck, and goodbye.
Whew, kicked out.
That was more confrontational than I'd have expected, considering she was the one needing help.
Yeah, and considering I had no way in or out of that confrontation, well, I had one way in, and it was to push through it and then be told that it was shitty.
She never brought you that Hassie either.
My Hassie?
Is it always like this?
Yeah, I never get any Hassie. Not what I wanted. She knows the game, but we didn't walk away with nothing. People don't usually give away much. Secrets are expensive. Without lies, there wouldn't be much to write about. Let's go the first one.
Very true. I will admit that I am interested in the possibility of a link back to Parallax.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's really the only reason we're doing this. Because it
If
seems...
all of this really is due to somebody manipulating the mesh net on the inside, it may give us the leverage we need to find out what happened to Hayden once and for all.
Yeah, I've got to say, in terms of plot, this lead feels so strange, given that we found out literally last night that Hayden is dead, and Turing had a pretty expected freak out. Like, Turing lost it for a bit, and that makes perfect sense. Emotionally, I get it, very resonant, you know, really struck a chord. And now today, having a bit of a whinge because I didn't get Mahassi when I'm chasing down a lead that is possibly to do with Hayden, but on the outside certainly doesn't seem like it is. So this is a plot, yeah, this is a contrivance.
That said, I will
Blatant
take care
contrivance.
not to get my hopes up.
Unless I'm just missing the point. I mean, to be fair, when I cracked open this game tonight, I'd forgotten what we were doing and who we were. So...
We should make no assumptions when investigating, lest we lead ourselves down a false path.
big words from you. You assume constantly.
Anyway, seems like our next step is... What the...
Whoa! Hence the window. Oh no. Damn! Damn!
What the... That's in...
This is great. I was not expecting any of this. Moira! What the hell happened? Oh no, we need to go help her. Well, that's one way to get plausible deniability. Yeah, we need to help her.
It's too late. Considering the angle and height of the fall, rendering suitable aid is beyond our capabilities now.
You could call someone.
Your desire is laudable, but emergency services are already on the way.
Oh,
they will
alright.
assist her as much as they can.
Well, should we go back to the office before the feds get here?
We should
wanna
head
touch
back
that
to
jade
her
plant.
office
Yes.
and see if we can determine what happened here.
Fill our plants with sour milk.
Perhaps we can still dispense justice.
Nope. Unlikely. But hey, why not just, you know, quickly embroil ourselves into the scene of the crime? Can't select it. Wow. So none of these people are selectable. She's not selectable. The fact that I can... Yeah, I should have just been taken straight there. It's very weird. All right.
It looks like the desk has been cleared off.
Yeah, the jade plant. Smashed?
Let's take a look around, but be careful not to disturb any evidence.
This is... I was not
The police
expecting
will
any
be
of
here
this.
soon.
Everything was so saccharine. Alright, so we have monitor on the ground.
Her personal computer is not password protected at the moment. give me a moment to look through her files. Best to keep your fingerprints off of the keyboard.
Yeah.
Most of this isn't very interesting. Committee reports, financials, article submissions.
You better be saving all of this.
Oh, here we go.
Just fucking hollow it out.
According to this email between Zin and her network admin, her lead on TMI Entertainment is a little more solid than she led us to believe. The admin ran a web crawler looking for changes in writing styles. Some blog posts by their head anchor Charlie Nova stood out like a sore thumb.
You know, I actually thought he was going to say stood out like dog's bollocks. My brain just jumped ahead. You know how you know, someone's talking and you can, you know, your brain is always, well, my brain is always trying to, you know, run ahead and predict the next word, next statement.
Apparently he's a bit pompous, if in an affable way, and his blog usually just details his day-to-day life.
You got all that from an email?
But ever since the human revolution has been in town, he's been smearing them with more venom than you'd expect, considering how neutral his on-air reporting has been.
Okay.
Zin seemed to think he was just complaining about the protesters fouling up traffic, and whoever is manipulating these posts spun it to make him look critical of the movement as a whole. Just like the Augmented Eye journalist.
Oh, right. Sorry. I thought the link was that he was the one making the changes, but he is someone who has also had his stuff changed. Right.
This Charlie fellow is the one we need to talk to.
You learned all that you needed to. Alright, sweet. Oh, that's the ROM.
Even a
Aww.
ROM like that doesn't deserve an end like this.
Aw, dude. RK-47 unit lies still. Looks like it was destroyed mid-data appraisal. What a way to go. You feel a great disturbance in the bureaucracy, as if... Oh, come on. Piss off. The poor bot has authorized us... Okay, nope. If you're going to keep making jokes at its expense, we're going to stop. Brochure for the Human Revolution? Sure, just kick it while it's... Okay, alright, never mind. No. Don't touch it. It's still evidence, and there's no putting it back together. Alright. Well, if all you're going to do is make fun of it. Shredded jade plant. The flawless foliage hath fallen. You attempt to pour one out for your fallen ally, but that's just gross. Yeah, the jokey tone with the stressful music and the sudden death of somebody who just hired us, like, it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit for me. Can't fix it, no use trying. It's in the big greenhouse in the sky. Whatever. So... Yeah, broken window. Look at...
My thermal sensors only detect a single set of lingering footprints, and they end almost 3 feet away from the window. Considering the density of this glass, I can't imagine Zin jumped from that far and managed to throw herself through the pane without help.
Okay, so somebody augmented, perhaps? Someone really strong?
Who could have done it? I don't see any obvious marks on the floor, or any other thermal hotspots.
You're saying no one else was in here?
It doesn't look like it. We should go.
Does Fairlight's chair hover? And even if it doesn't hover, does it leave a thermal imprint? Because that would be, or like cyber feet, non-person feet maybe, or person feet, but you know, made of metal. Oh, quick glance at chat. Rogue Chibi AI. Oh, Crafty. So you reckon it was the cute little.
There isn't anything else here, and the police are almost on the scene.
The cute bot murdered Zin. I mean, you know, if it was somehow told. I mean, a lot of force though.
Son of a.
Oh, yep. Wah wah.
I should have figured the two of you would be here. You just won't stay out of trouble no matter what I say, will you?
No, I'm playing a game. Lay off, Willie. You don't know what you're talking about. This is a total misunderstanding. They've switched around the jerk statement. I'm going to go misunderstanding.
I assure you, Detective Rivers, we are merely in the wrong place at the wrong time. We had an appointment with Zin to discuss a possible lead and found her office in this state of disrepair.
Of course you did. Damn it. Fine, fine. Get the hell out of here before anyone else shows up. We'll chat about the case more when I'm not busy scraping bodies off the pavement. You hear me?
Certainly, Detective
Had a
Rivers.
name.
I'll forward you a report of what we know immediately, and we can speak further at a later time.
Yeah, whatever. Get moving.
Good cop work. Well done. The fuzz. Why did you lie to Lexi? We could have told her about the articles. I didn't think she would buy it. She wouldn't have from me. I'll ask about the lie.
Because it's better this way. We are chasing smoke trails. You think she would assist such an unlikely investigation?
I don't know.
I do not need you to infer upon my motivations or highlight my duplicity. Detective Rivers has every bit of information that Zin gave us on that computer. Her investigation will not be hampered by our absence, whereas ours is halted if we're stuck giving answers she can just as well get from a hard drive. Literally.
Yeah, alright.
Has it occurred to you that whoever threw Zin out of that window could be after the same thing we are, except to silence the story rather than to get it out?
Oh, sure.
We have little time for fooling about and must get to Charlie Nova before something happens to him too.
You're an angsty little C-3PO, and I've got a zap gun and some spoiled milk. Like, police protection for Charlie Nova could have actually been, you know, a good idea.
Now, unless you have further recriminations to level at me, we must not squander the time my dishonesty bought us. I have highlighted the main Neo-SF offices for TMI Entertainment on your map.
For a game with choices, I'm often corralled without choice into positions that I don't necessarily think are great and then yelled at for it. It's small, it's lots of little small moments, but they are building up. It is unfortunate. Let's go. Let's do the thing.
I hope some pity for me still remains, considering my recent tone, because I'm honestly not sure where we should start. I suppose we should just ask the receptionist to point us to somebody who can answer our questions.
Do you know anything about TMI Entertainment? What do you know about Charlie Nova? Sounds like a plan.
Honestly, you do have your own mesh access, yes?
Okay, so the point is that I'm being snapped at because Turing is going through an emotional time, I think, and the game is demonstrating that. That is a little better. It's the reason it stood out before, or the reason it felt bad a moment ago is because it was Zin and then Turing, and the Zin one was, you know, seems needless. The Turing one actually feels like it is making a
I'm
point.
quite certain you can handle all the casual searches you might feel like making. We hardly have time for me to blather out every bit of exposition you desire when you could just go look it up on your own.
I literally couldn't. I get this. I get what's happening here, but I actually can't. You are my interface with the world in this context. You just do a good job of making it concise, so now you decide to shut up. I'm just going to say sorry, I'm going to play this off nice, because my character literally can. I can't as the player, but I feel like I would be punishing my character and thus myself if I were to point that out, so no.
No, I'm sorry.
Good.
I'm just a bit on edge.
Yes.
Things are barreling out of our control, and I'm taking it out on you.
Oh, good round, boy. Farewell. I'm sorry that your laptop is not working for you. That is unfortunate. But it was good seeing you. Yeah.
Forgive me. Let me pull up the information you requested.
Okay. Tell me things.
TMI Entertainment is a relatively popular celebrity and gossip news conglomerate. They own OK Today. They did a good job transitioning from the traditional media models of television and news to the net-based model prevalent now, pioneered by their digital newspaper, OK Today's The Scanline.
What's funny is I don't. I asked for this because it's what needs to happen to progress the game, but I think I'm just tired today. I don't give a shit about any of this.
Some might call their programs rags, but opinion on the mesh seems more favorable than not.
Oh, I care about Zin's death in that I just didn't expect it, and now I'm chasing, you know, the next person who might be murdered. But now we are literally just blabbing in a fucking, you know, in a waiting room. I mean, if this conversation was had like in the cab on the way there or something, like if there was a screen in between where we could talk, I would feel less ridiculous right now.
They stick to mostly good-natured prying and lean away from the seedier nastiness that paparazzi can get up to. As such, they have a positive relationship with many celebrities and regularly get exclusive scoops that keep their ratings up, despite their refusal to peddle in the darker side of the celebrity news circuit.
And so forth and so on. What do you know about Charlie Nova?
Nova is TMI Entertainment's most popular TV personality. He's gotten consistently high ratings for almost a decade and isn't afraid to tell you about it. The chatter on the mesh paints him as a bit arrogant, but in that loud, backslapping kind of way that a media star can get away with. He's best known for hosting Star in the Stratosphere. It's one of those talent-seeking reality programs. Apparently, when TMI can't organically discover enough celebrities, they just manufacture them.
Ho ho ho.
Oh,
How
and
biting.
also, according to this blog, Charlie's hair is flawless.
I can't wait to see how he's been drawn. Alright, we have a sign, we have a buzzer, we have a receptionist who looks real afraid. We have a table, another plant, and a door. Okay. They're stressing plants so much in this game. Is that a jade plant? Ah, just plant. Because, I mean, if that's the thing that links them. The logo for TMI Entertainment. Basic but sleek. The typeface beams back at you with its vintage vibe. Yep. Let's fill it with milk. The human revolution could use some more good press, but it doesn't seem like they're making friends with mainstream news right now. Too cheap to steal, too expensive to... I'm actually really starting to cap out on this let me interact with everything on the screen thing, because I'm not learning that much from it anymore. I never really was. Well, no, I was initially because I was scoping out the game, I was getting a feel for what the writing was like, what the boundaries were, and so many interactions with so many things are just there to give me a little bit of extra juice, right? So we can ring out absolutely every screen. So it's not go to a screen, interact with one thing, have a massive dialogue, and then go to the next screen, right? Because this is all, it's screen to screen to screen. These are 2D environments that maybe scroll orthogonally, but that's it. So there's all this extra stuff here, but all I'm really getting with the extra stuff is jokes, or occasionally doing something that would maybe perhaps change things. So, you know, putting milk inside a generator, which I didn't do. But I'm getting real tired of it. I mean, I've got some stuff, I guess. You know, we looked at a tree, and Turing told me all that stuff about remembering trees and thinking about trees and art and whatever, and I possibly wouldn't have got that anyway. Damn it. So I'm going to keep going. The plant in the corner is supported by a few stakes that are stuck in the middle of the planter.
This species grows flowers in the spring.
Capitalist spring. It's a table. Cue color. Alright. It's welded to the floor, so it must be important. You know, I'm just gonna look at things. Plant in the corner is supported by a... Yep, okay, cool. Buzzer. Look at buzzer. The door buzzer teases you by being just out of reach, and by carrying the threat of security with it. Oh, the minute bureaucratic power, the mechanical satisfaction of the yielding button click. No desk? Okay. Desk plant. A short, scruffy plant sits squarely to the side of the desk. Everything about it screams, I'm only here because the business lecture said it would help with the lobby aesthetic. Oh, and there's a door as well. We didn't scope the door. The glass door offers a clear view of the OK Today set and the production floor. That is the second window we've looked through where I use my eye and get told what's beyond it as opposed to being shown. But this is a game that is limited by how much art they could presumably do, being an indie piece. All right. Let's talk.
Welcome to TMI Entertainment Incorporated. Do you have an appointment?
I can. No, but we need to talk to whoever is in charge here. We need to speak to Charlie Nova. I have a story we're about to break and wanted to offer TMI an opportunity to comment. How duplicitous do we want to be? I feel like this is the most exciting option, but I'm going to go yeah, I don't want to change tracks too quickly in terms of the sort of stuff I'm up to.
I really can't let you in without an appointment.
Can I go back to the same?
I can maybe pencil you in for next Wednesday?
We don't have time for this. People's lives are on the line here, and all you care about is an appointment?
Well, I mean, the receptionist didn't know. Just...
Look,
yeah, calm down.
If it's that important, I can buzz
Beast!
you through to sympathy.
Stop playing with things in the cupboards, you beast. Come here, beast. It's a good beast. Alright, buzz me through to sympathy. Okay, yeah?
But she isn't going to be very happy about being bothered off schedule, so don't get your hopes up.
Oh, we'll just say that, Charlie Nova's life
Try
mistake.
not to make her too mad. I'll be the one dealing with the fallout.
Okay, I will do my best.
Of course. I apologize. We will be as tactful as possible, I assure you.
Okay, she's over on the other side of the room. Head straight there, because she doesn't like it when people bother the talent.
Well, hey, I'm actually on the other side now. Sweet. Alright, newsroom, assistant, inactive cameras, go left. Newsroom employee, go right. Talent show host, camera, news desk, talent show host, stern looking producer. Whoa! Whoa! Damn! That is some absolute ridiculous bullshit. Wow. Alright, let's go through it all in order. Piece by piece by piece. Inactive camera, go. The cameras rest in their rigs, inactive.
I think it would be fun to be on TV, but I would need a good script. I'd probably say something silly otherwise.
You damn right you would. The cameras rest in their rigs, inactive. Alright, cool. A film assistant of some kind, taking a break. Chillaxing. They probably get to meet all kinds of celebrities. Yeah, I don't care about that though. Newsroom. 8-ONL Newsroom putters speedily across the production floor, frantically looking for the next big scoop. A headline ticker scrolls along the display module atop its head casing, but it flashes empty. There are no major stories breaking at the moment. It also has a teleprompter attachment that displays whichever script is currently uploaded. That seems useful. It's TMI's lead cinematographer. At least, he seems like one. He's got cool hair and glasses. Alright. I think that's everything in this area. Sweet. Alright. Yonder. Talent show host. Look, it's June Valma Anna from OK Today.
With all things, everything, I'm June Fowler Anna, OK Today.
What a great catchphrase. What an icon. She's going over tonight's stories, too busy to notice your googly eyes. Apparently I care. Stop it. You aren't going to get put on the show for that. I don't want to be on the show. Well, you might, but not in a good way. Yeah, that's I don't want to be on the show. Camera. 2 cameras have been set up to cover the main news desk. They look to be prepped for a wide-angle, medium, long shot, and a close-up.
This is the standard 2-camera setup for today's news broadcasts. Older studios used 3 or 4 cameras, but that was back when segments like sports and weather were shot in-house. But you knew all that, right?
Smug piece of shit. Desk was selectable? These sturdy desks are built specifically to make the nicest noise when jogging papers on them. Okay. Talent show host. He's practically glowing and has people waiting on him hand and foot. Definitely the talent. Charlie Nova. Oh, do we... Nice hairdo. Is this us breaking the... No. Let's look at the producer. Hang on, let's look at these monitors first. Look at. A few work-in-progress versions of the next show's graphics are being tested on the monitors. Can't select the desk. Alright. The production manager for TMI. She looks no-nonsense, but serene in her frenzy. Alright. Let's do it.
I thought I told Nina to cancel all my appointments for the day. I swear that girl couldn't find her ears if I taped them over her eyes. At least she makes a decent cup of coffee.
I know, right? Are you Sympathy? Nina said we should speak to you.
Yes, I am. And if you don't mind, I keep the show running here, so I'll be brief. What are you doing in my building?
We've been given a lead on a story that involves one of your personalities, Charlie Nova. Someone has been manipulating his articles on the meshnet and turning them into scathing attacks against the human revolution.
Just putting it all out there, Turing. Just going straight for it.
We're trying to track the culprit, and we need to talk to Mr. Nova to hunt down further leads.
Yeah!
You let your ROM do all the talking for you? Must be one of those new interrogation modules all the fresh meat rave about. Of course I know someone's been modifying Charlie's articles. I'm tracking them down myself.
Oh, let's start
What I want to know is why I should help you snatch the scoop out from underneath me.
That is a very good question.
Super hacker twists meshnet news for personal political vendetta? The clicks basically farm themselves.
We're willing to trade info with you. I'm willing to break the news story under TMI's banner. Oh. Man, I really want to say that. Oh, I really just want to kick in with that. But the problem is that poor receptionist is going to cop it if I piss off Sympathy. Damn it. Damn it. Okay. Start with trade info.
Not interested. I already have a pretty decent idea of where to look next. And if that doesn't pan out, I have our primary server cluster chewing through mesh posts looking for inconsistencies. I'll figure this one out on my own, without some newbie mucking things up.
You know what? I think these are all valid. I'm just gonna kick straight to... Well, no, if they're... No, I'll try this.
I'm not hiring, kid.
Okay, yep.
I admire your spirit, but I've got people putting in lots of hours on this one. You're not getting the credit because you think you have a hot lead. Plus, if you really did, you wouldn't be here begging for my scraps.
Yep. Should have just opened with it.
Zin? Augmented eyes, Zin?
Corpse Zin?
What does Zin have to do with this?
She's the one who gave us the lead to begin with. Then, someone threw her out of her office window. We figured Mr. Nova might be next, and we wanted to get to him first.
Holy shit. Fine, I'll let you talk to Charlie. If someone is trying to kill people over this, I'd rather it be out and done with as fast as possible.
I'd rather they just kill him now. We've got a busy week ahead.
I mean, shit. We're an entertainment scene. Nobody should die for that. But hey, watch yourself with Charlie. He's a pompous clown, but he's my pompous clown.
Okay. We aren't trying to
or
kill
I'll
him.
throw your ass out and figure this out on my own. Now get on it. I need to make some calls.
Nobody should die over this, but if you vaguely upset my pompous clown, I'm going to throw you out and thus throw out potential help that would stop people dying for this. Just so you know. Alright, Charles. Let's do it.
Fantastic! How fantastic! I just love your ROM. Not quite as stunning as mine, but still pretty grand.
That is a great smile.
Very sleek, very clean. Bravo.
Wink.
Oh, Sympathy is doing that thing where she waves at me to hurry things up. Right down to brass tacks then, I suppose. Wait! I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Charlie Nova, host of Tonight in the Stars and Star in the Stratosphere. But you already knew that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I got told. Like a minute ago.
What can I do for you,
Not be murdered. Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? What can you tell me about TMI?
Oh, you flatter me. Yes, you do. I can't imagine you've come all this way just to get my story. Have you? After all, I've already published my very own splendid 100% original autobiography, Like a Nova.
That's vile.
But I
You're
suppose
vile.
I can give you a quick rundown, even if Sympathy is giving me the stink eye.
How can you tell?
I grew up here on the mean streets of Neo-SF, but my jocular nature and striking countenance got me scouted for a few small product advertisements. And the rest is not so ancient history. Now I'm the host of the largest celebrity news show on the Mesh, and I couldn't be happier. It's all thanks to my swarms of fans, though. They're the ones who count.
Did the people who made this game, was it a novel they wanted to write? Like, was that the impetus? Because there's so much in this game. It is so fluffed out. And that's not bad. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. And yeah. Yeah, there's just heaps of it. I think I prefer my narratives a little more crisp.
Yes, any additional information on your station would be greatly appreciated.
None of these are questions about the case.
Well, it's the best damn network on the planet, I can tell you that. We put out top-notch news and entertainment, but with real heart that our competitors just can't match. But if you really want to know about TMI, you need to know about Sympathy. It's her pride and joy, after all. Sure, she can be a little acerbic, and sure, she calls me a poofy-haired oaf all the time, but you can really tell she cares, you know?
Heart of gold, is that
Deep down.
Is that what we're getting at here?
I'm not sure if that throat-cutting gesture she's making is a signal to move to another topic or a threat against my physical well-being.
Who can say? Who can say?
So, let's move on.
Wink.
What next?
Have you heard that your stories are getting altered once they get posted to the Mesh? Why did I not open with this?
Oh, it may have come up in the last lunch meeting we had, but Sympathy assured me that it was some kind of technical glitch, and our support people were on top of it.
It's not untrue.
They're top-notch, the absolute best money can buy. So I don't think there's anything more to say on the subject.
We've heard of other people's posts getting altered too. You're telling me you don't know anything at all. Look, Charles, we're just trying to get to the bottom of this. I think the top one.
That's very upsetting. I hope you've passed along that information to Sympathy.
Yeah.
I'm certain our tech people will be able to find the culprit in short order once they know enough about it. I really don't know what I have to do with it, though.
Chuck, I'm sure you're better informed than that, right? You're at the top of this heap, yeah? It's a bit worrying that you don't know more. It was your post that they were manipulating. I think that one. I think that's the, like, bring it home to him.
And that is supposed to mean what? I'm not sure if you're trying to imply that I had something to do with this, or that I'm being targeted for some specific reason, but if you have an accusation to level, then make it known.
Was that the jerk option? Because that didn't read like the jerk option.
My time is far too important to be wasted on beating around the bush.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, that's enough. Charlie has a show to get ready for. He's told you everything he's going to.
What was any of that in aid of?
So get the hell out of here. If you find anything more interesting than what you got, come back and see me again. Directly.
Remember, I'm the victim in all this.
That was so circuitous.
Oh man, she looks really cheesed off now. Do you know how snippy she can get? I better get her coffee ready. Maybe that'll calm her down.
It may be.
We're very sorry if we made your day more difficult. Perhaps I could take the coffee over to Sympathy and we could try to smooth her rumpled feathers.
Yeah, okay, sure. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You make her even madder? Oh no. On second thought.
It'll only take a minute.
Alright, but she takes it with plenty of milk.
Okay, so a real mean person would put spoiled milk in. A real mean person would make a coffee and just fill it with the spoiled milk. That's what a cruel person would do. I'm going to save now because it's just time to save, not because I'm actually planning on giving her the spoiled milk. Because we're playing nice person. This is the nice person playthrough. But that is so clearly the intention there. Alright. Non-spoiled. Oh, just non-spoil. Okay. Yeah, there's no... I literally don't know what would be gained by making her angrier. I mean, unless she's meant to be the villain and this is like a... But she wasn't villainous. I mean, she was angry. But I don't know what that... would even... Yeah. Yeah, milk and super spoiled milk. I'm going to use the milk.
Okay, let's deliver this and make amends.
I thought I told you to beat it. Or do your ears just not work?
We just wanted to bring you your coffee and make sure there were no hard feelings.
That's cute. I promise I don't bite. I just have a job to do.
We are interrupting them.
Sometimes I think Charlie's hair gel seeps into his brain, but he brings in most of our revenue, so his happiness is our top priority. Now, Scram, you know how to get in touch with me if you need me.
That was it.
That did not go well at all. We need some kind of leverage to get Mr. Nova to give us the information we want.
Okay, so that was the takeaway there?
Something. Don't you agree?
If you think he does, man. He was being pretty evasive. If he doesn't sympathize, it's not like we have any other leads. I mean, he was being Yeah, I think if he doesn't sympathy, he does. I mean, he was the one saying, hey, let's talk plain. If you're gonna not talk plain, then you need to talk plain. And then she was like, nope, get out. So, let's put it down to that. Maybe I should have poisoned her.
While you were talking to him, I took the opportunity to look into his history more thoroughly. It turns out he did a series of promos for a local Hassie bar early in his career, and some fans still spot him there from time to time. It's a long shot, but frankly, everything about this case has been one long shot after another.
Yeah, the connective tissue between these leads is not super well written all the time. It's a
Maybe we should
bit
question
strange.
the people at this Hassie establishment and look for any dirt we can use to put some pressure on Mr. Nova.
All
There
right,
must be
let's
something.
scrounge. Let's
The
muck
only
rake.
path I see.
Sure.
The Hassie bar is located on Market Street, near the Genus Clinic.
Yep.
You can head there whenever you're ready.
I'm ready now. Let's do it right now. Oh yeah, it's still raining. Brian Mulberry, still doing it.
Welcome back! Care to take another pamphlet or two?
No.
I hope your article is going well.
Why are you out here all alone?
The cold weather has made organising demonstrations a bit difficult, to say the least. But I refuse to relent in our mission. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, I will not rest until I stop these abominations from undoing God's almighty work.
What an absolute fuckwit. Won't shutting down clinics like this cost lives? Why is someone with genetic modifications less human? How far back would you like humanity to go? And what has your group accomplished since it was founded? Damn! Damn. Gonna start at the top.
That's a leading question. Of course, some people have life-threatening afflictions, and it's a good thing that science has evolved to treat all kinds of diseases. Simply wanting cat ears and furry tails does not constitute a disease. A disease of the mind, perhaps.
It's not a disease, except when I say it is, and it's a bad one that it's bad.
If the government strictly limits genetic alteration surgeries to only life-threatening emergencies, well, there would be a start towards undoing the damage. We are not God. We were made in his image.
No,
His image
nope.
did not include fur.
I don't think his image includes fucking those glasses and that haircut, man. Yeah, why is someone with genetic
I
modifications
feel
less
it's
human?
rather simple. It's even in the name. Modifying genes means we are changing the very DNA that makes us unique. We're giving doctors, among other people with a severe lack of understanding of the human condition, the right to make us into entirely new species.
Yeah, which would make us unique. Which was your starting point.
We are the byproduct of tens of thousands of years of natural selection and evolution, and now these people want that progress to just be reduced to a formula, to be injected into your skin at your convenience?
Yes. Yeah, they're capable of that, and they've done it, and it's sweet.
And why? To fulfill some sick fantasy. We have VR dramas. Leave your imagination at home.
Okay, I mean, if it's their fantasy, man. It's their money.
Besides, why should we give these self-proclaimed animals the same rights as humans when they clearly don't want to be human?
I just wish I'd fed him that brick. How far back would you like humanity to go?
That is the greatest misconception of our group. They would have you believe that we'd rather go back to the Dark Ages. Oh, sure, the human revolution wants people to go back to washing clothes by hand down by the river, right? We'll all go back to playing with sticks, yes? We do not advocate for a reversal of all technology. That would be ludicrous.
Oh, that would be ludicrous. That's the
want
ludicrous bit, is
severe
it?
limitations on genetic enhancements and a focus on medicinal practice beyond gene therapy. That would include an outlawing of cosmetic gene therapy, yes, people parading around in fur and scales as proud abominations. We need the government to protect these patients from themselves.
What has your group accomplished exactly?
Through some concerted efforts, we've created an alliance with a number of businesses banning service and employment of unhumans.
Oh. Unhuman.
Yeah, they call themselves hybrids, but we call them what they are. I can't respect those
A
who
slur.
willingly trade their humanity away. Thanks to our efforts, many local businesses are finally gaining the confidence to only serve human beings. If they wanted to feed animals, well, they'd open up a pound. Why, just the other day, a Neo-SF landlord thanked me for supporting his decision to deny tenancy to unhumans. He already feels better about his decision to seek out our help.
Oh.
Plus, can you imagine the cleaning fees? Great! Do
I'm gonna
tell
save
me
the
when you
game
get
and then
the
I'm gonna
article
shoot him in
out.
the face.
I love to read the comments.
Forgive me if I'm wrong, but doesn't most of the meshnet speak critically of your organization?
Oh, that's cute. The robot wants to join in the discussion now. Yes, this is true. Though historically, most revolutionaries are unpopular when they're in the middle of the fight. I sleep comfortably knowing that history will be on my side.
I'm not gonna lie, you haven't really convinced me.
Ah, I suppose I have come to expect that. Never mind. Write what you wish. When the city falls, and we have a raccoon as mayor, remember that all of you thought we were loonies. Oh, please do. Have a lovely day now.
Okay, save
And
game.
remember,
Shoot in
God
face.
designed you perfectly just the way you are.
Save game. Shoot in face. It's too good. It's too good. Same title. Pre-shoot. It's right. It's even a suggested name for the save. It's like the game knows me. It's like we've done all this before. Save game. Shoot in face. You shouldn't point that at him, even if you disagree with his politics. Spoiled milk. What about spoiled milk? We already did all this stuff this way. Yeah. Alright, let's go to the Hassy Bar. Oh yeah, that ROM that I ruined. This has got to be one of the most expensive ROMs made, and it assuredly has a security system. So hands off. Yeah, but I have the code to fuck with it, right? Didn't I break it already? Is Turing insulting another ROM? What? Oh, I see. I didn't click that enough times to get to the next joke. This was presumably a follow-on from a previous statement. Blah, 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 blah. Crafty Devious, I for one welcome our new raccoon mayor. Yeah, I'm with you. I am with you. Alright, let's go into the Hassy Bar, do this thing, and then stop playing this game. Oh, alright. There are more people in here now. Keith! What's up, Keith? It's your friend Keith, enjoying a Hassy. Oh, I know Keith. Hello, Keith.
Oh, hey, it's you. Wow, long time.
Who's this?
This is Keith, an old buddy of mine.
Hey, not too old now. Did you manage to keep that plant I got you alive?
Yes, it's quite alive.
Nice job. I didn't expect it to last a month. It's great to see you, though. Sorta surreal, too. You're never around on social sites or anything, you know. I bet you didn't see any of the pictures I put up from my last climbing trip in Colorado. For a tech journalist, you do have pretty poor net presence.
That's what I said.
Okay, sure.
Figures. So, what's with the bot?
That's Turing, my ROM.
Yours? Really? Huh. I didn't think you liked to bring work home, as it were. Anyway, it's great to see you. What brings you to the Hassy Bar? Doing a review of that sweet weather ROM outside or something?
The one I fucked with? We're actually here on an investigation.
All right, now that's the kind of journalism I'm talking about.
indeed. We're looking into some accusations made against Charlie Nova. And we're actually trying to build up a solid case against him.
Really?
No shit. I actually may have exactly what you need.
Of course you do. Hand it over.
Charlie comes here all the time. You know that show he's host of, Star in the Stratosphere? That show where normal people try to become actors and singers and all. Listen to this recording I made when he was here last month on his book tour.
It's all too perfect.
Come up to me thinking that if they can sing or act, I'll just make them a superstar. But that isn't how it works. Raw talent isn't enough to get you by in this industry, and anyone who thinks so is lying to themselves. It takes hard work and persistence. You gotta want it, and want it bad.
Okay.
But the kids I get on Star in the Stratosphere, which I host each and every week, as you all know, they're all so young and hungry. I love them. I do my damnedest to make sure they get what they want. They give me their best, so I'm gonna give them mine.
It's not much, and it might help you build a case if you chop it up right. Just keep my name off it. I post hiking pictures, not scandals.
Oh,
Well, if nothing
see.
else, the threat of this dropping on the mess should get them talking. Here, I just made a copy for you.
Right.
Anyway, I'd love to catch up soon. For now, I'll let you keep at it. You can usually find me here if you want to chat again.
Almost certainly don't. Thanks, Keith. Later. I am not taking that option.
Say, why did you tell Keith that I belong to you?
Well, I do like you, and I don't have a ROM of my own yet. It's more convenient that way during investigations. Look, we got what we were after, didn't we? So I forget how Turing feels about being a belonging, being owned. None of these conversational points allow me to say, hey, you're your own ROM, you belong to you. I don't have that option. The option that I have is, hey, I would actually love to own you. And that feels wrong, but it seems to be in the right slot for being nice. Oh, Crafty Devious, we are a sufficiently ambiguous narrator that we could totally be pulling some 905 bullshit. You think? Which bit of ambiguous narration was the tip-off there, do you reckon? Because I mean, if that would be super cool. I don't know that well, I mean, this game does keep surprising me. I did not expect Zen to get tossed out of that window. But yeah, I'd be interested to know which bit you're thinking of. I'm gonna go the top one.
I'll thank you to remember that I am not the same as any ordinary ROM that exists to be subservient.
Yeah, this is what I wanted to say.
I don't like being forced to assert my independence as a unique individual.
Okay.
But I really thought you were above this.
None of the oh man, what the fuck? I was not given the option to say that.
Anyway, this is pretty innocuous. We are going to need more evidence if we're to fabricate a believable story that will convince Mr. Nova it's in his best interest to help us.
So we're fabricating a story now? This writing is getting a bit shonky. There are some real soft points here. Undercooked. Like, there was no option for me there to treat him the right way. I had to be a jerk there. There was no out, and if there was an out, it was not fucking obvious to me. And now we're here to feed him a lie? Like, I know we're finding dirt on him, but what's this fabricated story thing? Is it in... Oh, the brick's still in here. Wonderful. God, I don't know. Oh, Crafted Devious. I don't know, we just seem so shadowy. We just keep agreeing with Turing when he tells us about ourselves. Yeah, okay. I'll keep that in mind. I will apply that lens when I next see stuff. But we hide ourselves from our friends online and in person. That is a good point, Crafty. This But yeah, this online presence thing is notable in its way. Alright, look, I'm actually just going to save, because, not feeling great, and I'm tired, and this game is actually just making me frustrated at the moment, and that probably means that I'm getting pissy about things that aren't necessarily bad, and I don't want to, you know, I'm being unfair to the text, so I'm going to save. I'm going to save over pre-shoot because it seems the right option. Save, and I'll call this I'll try and make it Dirt Hunt. That seems like the least amount of letters. Dirt Hunt, yeah. Cool. And I will try to leave a note to myself as to what is actually happening in this. That we're trying to get dirt from this Nova dude. But yeah, I think we're done. I think that was all I can manage for tonight. Thanks for coming out, guys. I appreciate it as always. And it was good to see you here, Crafty, even though you are currently far away over that horizon. We didn't get a lot of theoretical stuff to grapple with this time. It wasn't a deep session on that axis, but we furthered the plot, which is to say we met Zin, Zin copped it, we went to a news station and decided that the people there were horrible and untrustworthy, and now we're trying to scrounge up some dirt to destroy a man with an incredible smile and too much hair. So that's that. Yeah, we're out. Thanks, everybody. I will see y'all next week.